What if I told you there are a few secret settings that could change everything about how you use AI? Today, I'll talk a bit about some of those key settings or concepts that control large language models or LLMs. Those are behind tools like ChatGPT. A quick little intro. I'm Adnan and I'm documenting my journey in the AI automation space in this channel. I try to learn new things every day and I post them. You might hear terms like tokens, temperatures, or parameters thrown around. It's not about becoming an AI engineer, but it helps us write better prompts, get more predictable results, and troubleshoot when things go a bit sideways. It takes away some of the AI's magic vibe and gives us a bit more control. So let's decode some of those secret language together. Alright, first up on our list, tokens. The simplest way to think about them is like AI's word budget or its basic unit for measuring text. It's not exactly one word equals one token though. A token can be a whole word or sometimes just a part of a word or even punctuation marks and spaces. Essentially, the AI breaks down all the text, your prompt, and its answers into these little token pieces. So why should you care about tokens? Well, there are a few reasons. At first, the input and output limits. Most AI models have a maximum number of tokens they can process in a single interaction. This is often called the context window. So if your prompt is super long, or if you're asking for a massive essay, you might hit that limit. Secondly, we have cost. If you are using paid AI APIs, you're often charged based on the number of tokens you use, both for your input and the AI's output. So being efficient with your prompts can literally save you money. And finally, it helps with the efficiency. Understanding tokens encourages you to be more concise and clear in your prompting. Okay, next up we have temperature. This is a fun one. This is probably my favorite setting to play with so far. Think of temperature as AI's creativity slider or its randomness dial. Most models have a temperature setting that usually ranges from 0 up to 1 and sometimes 2. So what happens when you change it? Well, a low temperature, say around 0.1 or 0.2, makes the AI much more focused, deterministic, and factual. If you asked the same question multiple times, you're likely to get similar and straightforward answers. For example, if I prompt it with something like write a sentence about a cat, at a lower temperature I might get something super simple like this. The cat sat on the mat. It's predictable, right? But if we crank that temperature up, say to like 0.8 or 0.9, the AI gets much more creative, diverse, and sometimes a little bit weird. For that same prompt, write a sentence about a cat, at a higher temperature I might get the ginger feline, Sir Reginald Fluffington tree, ponder the quantum mechanics of yarn. You get the point. This is a bit exaggerated, but the output is much more unexpected and imaginative. So when do you use which? Well, you want a low temperature for tasks where you need accuracy and consistency, like summarizing text, answering factual questions, generating codes, or following very specific instructions. But if you are brainstorming ideas, you are doing creative writing, or you want the AI to give you lots of different options, then a higher temperature can be really useful. Just be aware though, higher temperature also increases the risk of AI hallucinations that I have covered in my previous video. You can check that out. And finally, let's briefly talk about the parameters. You'll often hear AI models described by the number of parameters they have, like a 7 billion parameter model or a 175 billion parameter model. The analogy I like for this is the knowledge sponge of AI, or the sheer scale of its internal network that learned patterns during its training phase. These parameters are essentially the values the model adjusted during its training process on all the data. Now, as a user, you don't directly control these parameters like you do temperature, but understanding they exist is important. Generally, more parameters can mean a more capable or smarter model, but it's also more complex and, you guessed it right, expensive to run. A key thing is this knowledge sponge has a cutoff date. For example, a model trained up to, let's say, May 2023 won't know about major world events after that, unless it's been updated or uses a tool to browse the web. And importantly, the AI doesn't learn new permanent facts from your prompts. It just uses your prompt as context for that specific conversation that you are having. So the final takeaway on this, they are not just abstract techie terms, but they can actually act like levers that we can understand and sometimes even adjust to get better and more predictable and more useful results from the AI tools. It makes the whole process feel less like random and more like I have some control, I have some agency in guiding the AI. Instead of just saying AI did a weird thing, we can reframe the thought and maybe say like, maybe I should try a lower temperature on that. Or maybe I can adjust this. Maybe I can adjust that. Or perhaps my prompt was too long and hit a token limit. Guys, it happens all the time and we need to be more aware of these things. So the journey continues. That's our quick tour of some of AI's secret language. Hopefully it makes a bit sense now. What AI terms or settings still mystify you? Or do you have any cool examples of how you have used temperature control to get interesting results? Drop your thoughts in the comment sections and your questions as well. I'm always learning from you guys too. And if this helped you, like this video, subscribe for more explorations and comment below with your valuable insights. That helps me to become better and give you better videos in the long run. So that was all from me today. See you on the next one.